So far, we have discussed about different food groups and the nutrients we get from this food group. So today, we will learn about how food reaches us. Have you ever wondered how fruits, vegetables, or cereals reach your homes? Or who grows the food we eat? The journey of a crop starts in the farmer's fields. Farmers grow cereals, pulses, fruits, and vegetables in their fields. Fruits are usually grown in orchards. So, orchard means it is an enclosed area where the fruits are grown. It is a large piece of land where usually the fruits are grown, like apples, then oranges, grapes, etc. So now let us see the steps that are involved while growing a crop. The first step is plowing. Farmers first prepare the soil where the crops will be grown. Farmers first prepare and label the fields by plowing it. Big farmers owning large fields usually plow their fields using tractors. So, with the help of the tractor, the farmers prepare the soil. They loosen the soil so that crops can be grown properly. While small farmers having small plot of land, they use oxen to plow their fields. Usually when you will go in the villages, in the fields, you will see how the soil is plowed. After the soil is prepared, manures and fertilizers are added to the soil to make it rich in nutrients, and so that later the farmers can reap a healthy crop. So manures means the cow dung, then earthworms. Adding those to our soil makes the soil very fertile. And fertilizers, they can be bought from the market. These are chemicals. Fertilizers are chemicals that can be bought from the markets. But manures, they are very organic, natural. We can get in our surrounding from the excreta of the cow, also the earthworms. So usually manures are prepared by the farmers by themselves. So after adding the manures and fertilizers, sowing of seed is done. The seeds are sown at a proper distance so that it is not very congested. Maintaining a proper distance, the seeds are sown as shown in the picture. These seeds then grow into small saplings. After that, young plants or saplings are watered regularly. Step 4. Pesticides and insecticides are sprayed to the crops so that the insects does not damage the crops. The pest insects does not damage the crop. That is why these are sprayed to the crops. So the insecticides and pesticides can be bought from the market. So you can see two pictures given. In one picture, the man is throwing the insecticides or pesticides with his hand, and the other picture, it is sprayed by using a machine. Now for the growth of the crops, it must be watered regularly. So the process of watering the crops is known as irrigation. So water pipelines are connected in between the crops so that each and every crop get adequate amount of water. Or drains are made. As you can see in the first picture, no, the drains are made and large amount of water is released after few intervals. Okay, then this water goes directly to the plants. So after about 6 months, the crops are cut. When the crops are fully grown, no, they are cut. This process is called as harvesting. Now, harvesting can be done with the help of machine or by human labor. So you can see in this picture, with the help of machine, the crops are cut. And here, humans are engaged to cut their crops. So the humans, they cut with their own hands the crops. So after the process of harvesting the crops, threshing is done. So threshing is the process of separating the grains from the plants. So threshing can be done by machine also or by human labor also. So in the first picture you can see the woman, she is holding the stems of the plants, no? So the plant is beaten, okay, and the grains get separated from the plant. In the second picture, with the help of machines, the grains are separated. So in this way, the grains are separated from the plant, which is known as threshing. So after the process of threshing, removing the husk cleans the grains. So this process is known as winnowing. You can see in the picture the husk being separated from the grains. So after this, the crops are ready to be packed and to send to the local mandis or wholesale markets by tractors, trucks or using bullock carts. So all the crops that has been produced, they are packed and then sent to the wholesale markets. But sometimes, instead of sending the crops to the local markets or the wholesale markets, it is sent to the factories. The food has to be processed in special factories. So, rice and pulses are transported to mills for polishing before they can be sent to a mandi for further distribution. So, in this picture, you can see the tomatoes, it has been cleaned and it has been polished. That is why it is shining, no? So some vegetables and some cereals, some food crops, it needs to be sent to the big factories for their cleaning, for their polishing. So after the after the crops that has been polished in the mills, the distributors or wholesalers then sell these to shopkeepers at grocery stores from where we can buy it. Okay, so the shopkeeper is called the retailer and you are the customer or the consumer. So the wholesalers, they buy these food crops in very large amount, okay, in very large amount from the factories. After that, they sell in a little bit of higher price to the retailer, to the shops you see nearby your homes, no, they are the retailer. But the wholesalers, you have to go directly to the main market. The wholesalers, they buy the crop in a amount that is less than the retailer. After that, from the retailers, from the shops nearby our home, from them we buy the grocery. Okay. So these are the shops, the retailer, local shops from where we buy our food, the fruits, vegetables, cereals and all the necessary items.